Yo, yo. All right. Hey, everyone. This was a very much a last minute live stream. Um, for those that don't know, I recently have been shooting several runway shows for San Francisco Fashion Week, and I'm editing the finale runway show. And I was thinking, you know what? I was thinking of some advice to share, etc. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just go live, share it with all of you, and I'm just gonna edit, talk, whatever. If you want to respond, cool. If you watch this on a replay, feel free to post any questions, comments, concerns down below in the comment section. I do want to let you know before we get started that I have two phenomenal live streams coming up. Here is the first one. The first one is right here on my YouTube channel on the Let's Talk Photography podcast show. That's on Thursdays, except for today, at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I have an amazing special guest. I have the phenomenal, controversial sometimes, but highly educational and informative award-winning photographer Joe Edelman that will be on the show. That's right. So it's going to be phenomenal. If you don't want to miss that one, it's going to be a great interview. We're going to be talking about how and why photographers keep getting exposure wrong. You don't want to miss out on that show. All you got to do is press that like and, most importantly, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications for this upcoming show. This is going to be a good one. You do not want to miss this show. That's right. It's on Ghouls Day. It's on Halloween. Joe Edelman will be on the show. So the next show right after that is going to be followed up with John Grease. That's right. John Grease will be a special guest on the Let's Talk Photography podcast. That's going to be November. Okay. November 7th. You don't want to miss that. That's a Thursday. Let me double check that so I'm not lying to you. Yes, that is a Thursday. Okay. We will be talking all about studio portrait photography, knick-knack, paddywhacks, lights, stands, cameras, etc., as well as some tips and tricks. Okay, so you don't want to miss out on that. So, as I said earlier, we're going to be editing some of these here runway show images that I took. This is the last photo. But I'm going to just go through the process for those who are thinking about shooting runway photography. You know, this is your time to chime in, answer any questions, comments, concerns. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and follow me on all the socials on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, Instagram. I'm on Threads. I'm actually on Threads a lot more often than I thought I'd be. Twitter, or X or whatever. It still says twitter.com, so it's still Twitter. And TikTok, that's right. Matter of fact, I need to make a post today. So, anyway, so let's get into the business of today, shall we? I got a lot of editing to do, and I want to deliver these photos today so that they can stop bugging me. So let's get to it. Cool. Here we are. So as you can see, I'm inside a Lightroom. I've already pre-selected my favorite photos. I generally choose at least 2 photos of each model's walking and then edit those. So I might take 5 or 6, whatever the case may be, and then I go ahead and edit those. Now, what I do is since it's all in the same location, lighting is generally the same. As for the key light, I use the AD200, the GODOX AD200. Now, once I edit, let's say the first look, which I did a light edit on like the first 30 of these, what I do is I save it as a preset. I mean, or copy and paste and sync it, right? So I don't sync the crop. I don't sync any masking. I only sync all the basic adjustments so that all the color, temperature, contrast, etc. is pretty much all the same, right? Because you don't want to like get all functified depending on the designer, and then all of a sudden your entire collection of images on the runway are different tones and everything else. So I generally keep them all the same. So here I am at the first one. Let's go into development module, because that's where we're going to do all the heavy lifting, as you know, if you've used Adobe Lightroom. Now, my Adobe Lightroom has been acting up, so I'm not going to lie. If it does, it's not my fault. I'm actually going to be getting a new computer on Monday. Got to get a MacBook Pro. I'm looking at the MacBook Pro M3 Max. That's right. I want that M3 Max chip. So I'm probably going to pick it up on Monday. So if anything happens, I don't want to hear it. It is what it is. This is live, baby. It's live. Okay. So first, before we start that, let me make sure I don't have any. Okay. All right. So like I said, if you have any questions, cool. If not, we're just going to rock out. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Let me start with this first one. Okay, this one I already edited. This one I can see already. I want a slight crop adjustment on this one. Just a little bit more. So I generally like to have, obviously, the model dead center and definitely headroom and a little bit of feet, just for so that it has a balance like this, something like this. Okay. So in case anybody ever needed to use it for publications, etc., you have plenty of room for crop. Don't go super tight. Do not do it like this, because this will not. Instagram will crop the heck out of it. Feet will get cut off. Head will get cut off, and then you just literally, ruined your photo. Okay, something like this should suffice. There we go. Move to the next one. So this one needs a crop adjustment. I already, as I said, already did all the basic color adjustments on the first set of these photos. So I'm really going to crop right now. Okay. Kind of like that. There you go. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, post them in the live chat. Move to the next one. So lucky enough, I was dead center. So as long as the model came dead center, they're going to get great photos. I always try to tell them that because they're going to be asking for photos. And if you're dead center, if you're a photographer, let's say you're the house photographer, then it's good to communicate if possible so that you get gorgeous photos dead into your camera. And that's what they're going to like the most, especially the designers. Okay. You create good photos, you share some of these, the models are going to talk all about you, and so will the designers. And you never know, you might be shooting their collection as a client, or they might be inviting you as their personal photographer for the next runway show and paying you that way. You just never know. So that's why you want to really take your time and think about, how would these photos be used? Okay. How would these photos be used? I used to use them for an independent magazine I used to have called Fashion Exchange Magazine. So I understood that I needed some serious room around the model to either post on Instagram, etc., or for publication. So I generally have a comfortable idea of how I want these. So far, so good. Now, this was the last day. So on the first day, I could tell my composition straight out of camera is pretty darn good compared to the first day that I never shot at this venue. And, you're kind of getting things together. And the models are pretty spot on here because they did a practice walk. See right here, I'm going to lower the exposure just a hair so I can bring back some details of the outfit. Okay. That's one thing you want to remember, is that you're actually shooting for the designs, not the models. The models are literally modeling the designs. So that's the purpose. The purpose of these shows are supposed to showcase the the designer's collection, and hopefully a buyer or someone like media, someone writes up about their collection and gets some notoriety, or a buyer is in the aisle and may want to pick up their collection for a boutique or a retail store, etc. So the model is literally modeling the collection. They're not there to show themselves off. They're there to show off the design. So you as a photographer should keep that in mind when you're color correcting and etc. Because if you color correct too much and you're just going ham, you're actually doing yourself ill justice. Why? Because that fuchsia is not the way the fuchsia you're putting on that edit. If you change it and add way too much saturation, etc., you're defeating the purpose of the design and actually hindering the designer by making up colors that wasn't originally intended. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, as you can see, I'm looking for here. Let me lower the highlights a little bit. There we go. You really want to make sure there's like, for me, I try to make sure that there's some detail not lost in this bright color. Let me go back to this one and lower the, see, yeah, this one needs it too. So let me go to, um, whoops, not that. There we go. Go to the next one. So see, I'm just going through, cropping real quick. There we go. I like to get them nice and centered if possible. And I'm just going to lower this exposure just a hair. There we go. See, get back to detail a little bit. Same thing here. I've done this so many times that I could just see it. Or at least have a feeling, you know? It's never always perfect, like right here, depending on how the model walks or what I'm doing at the time. But I generally want them in the center of the photo. Look at any Getty image runway photo. Okay, just type in Miami Swim Week, LA Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, Milan, whatever. You generally want to get that kind of a result. That's what I knew from day one when I started to do. Let me see if I can fix this photo. Yeah, I really can't. So I'm just gonna delete. Um, I knew since that was the result that was being accepted and used, I said, all right, then I want mine to be closest to that, right? Now you can see here, I didn't even know the model was gonna be doing all these, fancy trickery here instead of a regular pose. So you got to be ready for whatever. So I'm actually going to do a subject mask and lower the exposure on just her so I don't continue to load the exposure in the background. Boom. There you go. That's all I did. Lower the exposure, got back a lot of detail in the shirt, in the wardrobe, because I think it's more like a cream color. Anyway, ooh, let's see if we could recover this bad boy. Let's see if we can recover it. And we can. Thank you, Z8. Look at that. Cool. What happened here? Oh, I turned up the shutter speed. No. I wonder what the heck happened here compared to the others. But anyway, that's not today's show. Today, we're just going to edit whatever we got. Okay. Sometimes it is what it is. So I made another mask on her, lowered the exposure. I'm going to lower the highlights too. And there you go. Awesome. So went from there to there. Weep. Not bad. We'll go to the next one. This one's easy. Just lower the exposure. And then let me do a subject on her too, because some of this material, it's like a satin, I think. And that light reflects right off of it, and you just lose detail, you lose color. So let me go back to that other one. Crop this down a hair. Don't need that much empty space up there. So crop just a hair. There we go. Cool. Whoop. Nice. And then rinse and repeat. Cool. Mask. Let me see if I just drop it down. There we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Nice. Bring it up. Cool. Let me just double check. So far, I'm still on the first collection. Now, you can see here, I shot her further down the runway. I was using the Z24 to 120 millimeter lens. on this one. And yes, I shot with a higher ISO so I can illuminate the background really. In front of her, she's only lit because of my flash. I like this. Now I'm going to lower the exposure. There we go. Much better. Let me see if I just do previous on that. There we go. Beautiful. Let me do. Nice. See, controlling those highlights, you bring back a lot of detail, let's say in the shoulders and stuff. I could go more into it. I'm just going to go, you know, I volunteered to support the show and shoot. So I don't want to spend too deep into it, but if I was getting paid, etc., I might tweak it even further. But, you know, I have a huge corporate client tomorrow. I got to do a lot of headshots. So I don't have that kind of time. So you can see here, I'm literally going to just do previous on that, but change this. Boom. There we go. Let me do a mask on her because she's a little bit closer to the flash right here. Let me just boom, bada bang, baby. Look at that. Boom, bada bang. Now this for sure. We're going to lower that. Crop. Boom. Whoop. There we go. Like that. And then I like that. But let me do a full mask and lower the highlights. There we go. Cool. I really enjoy doing fashion runway shows. It's just something I enjoy. I like fashion photography. If I could just do fashion editorial work, I'd be a happy clam. I really love it. I love working with the models, the designers, and all the creatives involved. And it's a lot of fun. So even like when I do private work and everything else, I always approach it in that kind of sense, you know, that aesthetic. And I think that's what helps my branding, at least, is that, you know, you figure out your style and just lean into it and apply it to other genres. Why not? Cool. This is nice. Everybody knows her. We got Venusa in the house. Yeah, you guys know her. She's always all over my channel and on my Instagram. Check me out, Robert Silver-Photography. There she is. We did an awesome live stream photo shoot about a week or so ago. She killed it. High speed sync photography if you want to check it out. Here you go. She looks great there. She looks great. Go to the next. Is this her? There we go. We'll just do previous. To copy and paste the settings. There she goes. Look at that. Looking phenomenal. It's my homie. And then we'll do here, a little slight there. Again, I'm using, you see this rule of thirds. This is clutch. I have my rule of thirds show up on my viewfinder in my Z8. And this is what helps me to keep it, the composition correct and have her close to the center as possible. Now, if you have it like this, let's say you're going to do it for a Instagram. Boom, there's your Instagram. So you have enough room for Instagram. If you want it for a page in a magazine, here's an 8.5 by 11. Boom, you're good. Okay. This is why if you, let's see, what else would it be? Obviously, your 2 to 3, you're good. A 1 by 1, if you still want to do that, but you could, right? You could totally do it. That's why, like, having space, this empty space, is so helpful. So you could utilize and resize it for different purposes. And because that's what they're gonna do. That's what they want to do. You never know. Here we go. Cool. I generally share my photos for the most part, but I do want people to tag, credit, and collaborate tag with me. That's like a big thing for me. So if you don't do it, you pretty much will never get photos from me again. I do have a fantastic memory. Yes, I'm petty. It is what it is. But that's the least you can do, and it's free. Free 99. All right. And there we go. This is the finale walk. I always do one horizontal at the end so that I understand as I'm going through all these photos, I know when that designer's collection ends. So I did this on purpose. We're going to lower the exposure for sure. There we go. That looks better. And let's do it like this. Let me see if I can get a subject. I hope it actually finds the right person, not all these other models. I want the designer to be okay. So there we go. All right. It did exactly what I thought it would. Let's do a sub. Okay. It did all the people. So shout out to Adobe's AI for masking because it did all the humans it recognized. But in this case, I only want the designer. Cool. Not these random people over here enjoying the show. So let's unmask all of them. Cool. So now that I've done that, I'm going to increase her exposure. There we go. Cool. All right. So that's the first collection of the San Francisco Fashion Week finale show. Let's just double check, see if anybody. Okay, cool. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, just enjoy me blabbering away. I'm not mad at that either. All right. Let's see if we got anybody there on. Okay, so we do have somebody checking out the editing over on Instagram. Shout out to you, whoever that was. Thank you everybody for joining, checking things out. If you have any questions there on Instagram, feel free to post a comment. It's all good. I'm going to try to go back and forth as I'm editing, but for the most part, I'm just going to rock and roll. All right, let's get to the next collection, shall we? Now, I do have the name of the designers, but I don't have the order of them, so I'm not going to say who the designer is. It's not that I don't care. I just don't want to mess up on whose collection is whose. So if you're thinking about that now that's really helpful to find out. They don't always give out who did what. Now this red is super bright. So we're going to go over to here and lower the luminance. Let me see if that'll do it. No, that's not even doing it. We're going to lower the saturation. There we go. Jeez, that thing is bright, isn't it? There we go. Let's do -15. Cool. So that's good. And believe it or not, you gotta show the guys some love too, man. They're out here working and they're there just as long as the ladies. Granted, they don't have to get ready in the same kind of way, but they put in work. So show them some love, send them some photos, and they're usually the most gracious, quite honestly. They're really nice. Here we go. Let's go to -15 on that again. Because that red is red. Look at the difference from there to there. They're like, that is super red. And you actually lose some detail because your eyes are just like, yo. So let's lower that a hair. It's still red. I just lowered the saturation. See right here again. So we're going to do -15 on that. And now I'm going to lower the exposure here. So you can see how like generally, because I was shooting with rule of thirds on my viewfinder, you can see how generally they're right in the middle, like every time, because I was able to see that in the electronic viewfinder of the Z8. Right? I don't even have to spend a whole lot of time recropping because it's pretty spot on. Now, I shot a little wide on purpose. Like if you ever are shooting runway shows, shoot a little wide on purpose. Okay. You'll be all right. Cause then you can recrop later if you make it a slight adjustment. I mean, when the action is going and excitement and the music is pumping, it's like you're gonna make mistakes, right? That's gonna happen. But to save yourself, shoot a little bit wider, right? What do they say? Like when in doubt. When in doubt. Cool. There we go. We're gonna lower it right here. Awesome. Lower that. This again. I think he just needs like, yeah, there we go. That looks good. Let's go back to basic and lower this a little bit more. Just from his skin tone. When you have fair skin, you got to really be careful, and you got to be really, how can I say, you have to acknowledge the fact that how light reacts off of surfaces depending on the color, right? So the light of the surface, the more reflective it is, and the darker, the more it absorbs light, and that goes for skin tone. So you can see from let me see if I can find somebody that like even her, like she absorbs a little bit more because she has more color, and then you go to him and he's like a reflector. So you got to really be mindful of that not all exposure down the runway is going to be the same because of the model. So you're going to have to be you have to acknowledge that by adjusting the exposure later on in post. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to just button this down here. There we go. You see, I'm already bringing back more color into his skin by just lowering the exposure. And the shorts, again, I'm going to do -10 on that. Here we go. See, now the red's not like slapping you in the face. Now this definitely back to -15. There we go. Now we're going to lower the exposure. Cool. And then there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Boom, bada bang. I love it. Now, this little spot is just annoying me, folks. I do have to say, but that's on the floor, but I ain't got that kind of time. Okay. We're going to zip right through this. This zip right through this. You know, the first show I did, I had it done, edited, and delivered in one day. In one day. That was crazy. I was going ham and a lot of coffee. There we go. Lower that exposure a little bit. Whoops, not that. I meant. So I love the shortcuts in Lightroom. Makes it so much faster to get through these projects and to edit. And so R is for crop. So you can just go whoop as soon as you get to the next one. Quickly adjust. And you can see this little notch up here and down here. That's the center, obviously. So you need to just adjust your crop. And I use the arrow keys a lot of times to just go back and forth as much as I can. And then boom, bada bang. There you go. Let's lower the exposure just a hair. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Nice. Nice. Since this is the same person, just previous. Cool. I actually like that, so we'll keep that. Hold on. His reds are kind of redding. They're kind of bright. Let's lower that just by 10. There we go. Just by 10. Because remember, our eyes, our brain really is attracted to the brightest things in the scene, right? So that red, and red is a very aggressive color. So you want to be mindful of how you do it. You don't want to change the hue of the red, but you definitely could change either, I would say the saturation in this case, right? There we go. And then when you add too much saturation, sometimes, it does change the actual red that the designer intended. Let's change the crop here. You walked all the way to the side here. We got to fix that. Okay. boy. There you go. That's why if you walk all the way to the side, you get yourself a side photo. That's what you're getting. And we need all the way. Cool. Let me just make it a little bit wider. Nice. Cool. These are cool. Let me go -10 there. And -10 on the orange too, because that top. Bam. A little bit nice. Real nice. Yes, we like it nice. Cool. Cool. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, that's cool. Let me adjust the crop. So you can see, like, just zipping right through these. Once you get a system, you get a flow going. So the first thing I do before anything is always pre-select. So I'm not like, I don't know, I just go faster when I do things in steps, when it's organized. I just go through, choose my favorite at least 2 of each model. Sometimes it's 1, depending on what they did on Runway, whether it could work or not at the end. And I just keep on pushing. Cool. So here, this is actually all right, because again, at the end of the collection, I always shoot horizontal so that I know that this collection, this is the end, and that this new collection begins right here. Okay, so I don't get them mixed up when I'm sending out photos or just trying to organize them, or when I want to post one particular collection over another. All right. Let's lower the exposure here. Well, before I get started, let me just lower this. There we go. See, that white is wide. That white is wide. Okay, I have an idea. Let's do a mask, subject mask, and then I'm going to play with it. There we go. There we go. Cool. That now I like that. I like that. So I wanted to retain some details on all this white. And all that white is reflecting the light right back into my camera, like in this photo. Cool. And then same thing. Subject mask. And then we're going to lower the highlights again by like 25 or something. Yeah, there we go. Let's just, yeah, that's nice. That works. Cool. What the heck is that? Oh, it's like a scar or something. Let's just. Cool. That was distracting to me, so I'm sure it'll be distracted to somebody else. I thought it was a tattoo. But let's just. Whoops. Whoops. Jesus. There we go. There we go. Cool. All right. And then move to the next. I'm pressing Q. If you want to know what the shortcut for this, for blemish removal, it's Q. Q. All right. Not what I tend to do when it comes to runway shows. It is what it is what I do. I don't generally retouch them up. Again, it's not really about them. The makeup artist and hairstylist has done what they should have done. And I'm really cropping for, perspective of a designer. What would they like? What would the producer of the show like? And so, no, I don't generally do blemish removal for each and every model. But in this case, it warranted it. Let me do brush, add on this bad boy. Cool. Cool. All right. Now, again, I'm going kind of quick. I get it. But time is of the essence. It's always a balance, because if you're shooting this for free, I'm sure you got other stuff to do you want to get to, or you just want to post this up. So therefore, time is of the essence. So here we go. If you don't remember her, this is Inez. She did an awesome live stream with me using natural light and hard light during the midday. So if you want to check out that photo shoot with her, go ahead. It's on my YouTube right now. We did an awesome job. We had so much fun. Cool. So there's hers. Let me just lower this just to shadow a little bit. Now this is her again. So I'm literally going to just press previous. There we go. Nice. Then I'm going to press. All right, let me go back. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. The smallest little things catch my eye, and I'm like, oh, wait, there's something about it. The balance. I always look for balance, especially for these runway photos. I like them to be dead center. I like all that. Symmetry. It's mathematics. Okay. Photography, believe it or not, is mathematics straight up. It comes to lighting, composition, how it sends pleasing signals to the brain. It's like if you have these things balanced, balance is so important. That's why composition is king. All right, let's do, he's a little on the light bright side. Let's lower the highlights on him. There we go. That's cool. And then lower the shadow a bit. He's cool. Let me try to recenter him just a hair. There we go. I like that. I like that. Boom. Same thing. I'm going to just shorten it out a little bit like that. And then I'm going to. Now, when I'm recropping, right, even though he might look good right there, but if you look at the image as a whole, now it's not terrible, but sometimes you have to worry about the lines. You can see this line not really on line. So you got to find a balance between the two. Believe it or not, I notice these things and it irks the hell out of me when I edit. So I try to fix it or, get it as close as possible in the camera and then fix it later on. Nobody noticed these little things, right? But it's a thing I notice and I just try to rectify. Oh, wait, I think I added less shadow. There we go for him. See, this is a great example. Look how light reacts to his skin, right? Light reflects off of him, but absorbs in her skin because she has more melanin. And believe it or not, despite what the rumors say, a lot of this is more red and orange tone. It's not black per se in her skin. It's just the lack of thereof in the previous model and the addition to her, right? So if you are trying to adjust skin tone or like the saturation, because a lot of people when they edit people of color, and I mean black people in particular, they add too much saturation. They do all sorts of wacky stuff that's just totally unnecessary. So it's really in these two tones you're going to affect it the most. Okay. So if you want, you can, let's see if this thing, okay, there we go. And then right, actually, I'm going to do, because I don't want to lose her lips. Let's do right there. There we go. So as you see, it's really in the orange, a little bit of red, but in this case, it's definitely the orange. See, her skin goes away. So when you're like, oh, look at this black skin. No, it's actually just a lot more pigmentation in the reds and the orange. That's all we are. It's plus and minus the reds and the oranges. Anyway, so I'm going to dial it down a little bit. Boom. Now she looks nice. Yeah. Cool. I like that. And I'm just going to rinse and repeat for this one. For her next photo. There we go. Let's do previous, and then I'm going to recrop too, because I don't like. Let's go to reset. There we go. All right, so she's, there we go. Hold on. Cool. Let me just lower the shadow a bit on this one. Cool. Nice. So I really like that. Really, really nice. There we go. And when I started to do fashion photography, I made it a point, a mission, if you will, to be able to truly understand lighting to the best of my ability in order to be able to capture the how can I say, capture the subject in front of me regardless of skin tone. Like understanding how light reacts to skin tone is going to make or break your career straight up. Unless you only want to shoot one kind of people, only Indians, only white people, only black people, only whatever, then God bless, and that's your thing. But me as a photographer, I want to go beyond the subject. I want to truly try to figure out how to master and manipulate light, okay, and how it works. Not saying I'm there yet, but that's a goal. And that comes to subjects. How does it react? What lighting modifiers may complement your subject more, one subject over another, that sort of stuff. Because there's not one, like someone asked me, it's like, oh, what's your favorite softbox? Like, well, there's really not one favorite. It depends on where I'm going, who the model is, what she's wearing, and stuff like that. It's like so I have like a gang of soft boxes, and I don't use them all the time. But if I need one for a particular reason, let's say a beauty dish, I don't use that all the time. But when used, it's amazing. And shout out to this. He's a photographer too, Anthony Gatzin. He had an awesome studio. My first studio I ever rented from. I did monthly rentals with him. And he used to encourage me to always just get in a studio and try it out. Try this stuff out, even if you don't have a model. Like figure out how this works and why you use it. And that has taken me very far in trying to understand this crazy thing called light. Here we go. I'm lowering the exposure, bringing back his skin tone. Caesar's of Latino descent. So he has he has a little bit of melanin in him, So I don't want to lose that. And therefore, I'm looking at the exposure, lower the, there we go. Get some of the black back into his hair and the shorts there, lowering the shadows. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Boom. Okay. He always comes on the runway, never playing. This dude never plays when he's on the runway. Serious business. That's what he's about. Let's go ahead, lower the crop a little bit. I like that, but let's do a subject mask on her for sure. Lower that exposure. Now you could be using a tone curve too. I wouldn't be against that. Boom. There we go. I think that's better. Actually, let's go back to it. Let me go back to that mask. Okay, that's better. And then I'm just going to literally press previous since this is her again. Boom, bam. Nice. Let's go to the next one. See, we're zooming right through, everybody. Loving it. Appreciate you all hanging out with me as I'm editing these photos. Because today is the day. Need to get it over with. My birthday was a couple of days ago, and that day I didn't want to touch anything, quite honestly. and you know what? Thank you, everybody, for all the well wishes for my birthday. You made sure I had no time to do anything else but respond and react to posts and messages. Thank you, everybody. So shout out to you all. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Here we go. She's good. She's a great model right here. Let me get this a little bit closer. Boom. Bam. There we go. And then we're going to color mixer, and I'm going to again go to the orange. Look, and just dial it back a hair. That's it. Point. Oh, that's nice. That's that. See, that makes a big difference. Believe it or not. Do it like that. -10. Bam. Okay. Nice. Let's do previous. Make this crop a little bit bigger though. Hold on. There we go. Cool. That's nice. Let me go here. There we go. Let's do 5. I'm going to lower the There we go. Lower the shadow a little bit. Lower the exposure, see what we get. There we go. That's nice. I like that. I like that. Then center this bad boy. Cool. Let me know if you think I should go live when I edit the next photo shoot, which is of Inez's photos that we took during the midday harsh hard lighting photography. You could check out that live stream of our photo shoot on my on my YouTube. But if you want to see me edit those photos live, let me know. Post a comment, smash the like, all that good stuff. Because I do like going live. I'll be quite honest. Going live, it just seems so authentic and real. I do like the fact that there's no editing, but there's something about it. I enjoy going live during my photo shoots for all of you. Let's lower this exposure a little bit more. I may be going live on Monday, actually, for a photo shoot. So you want to stay tuned for that. Hit the bell icon. You already know what to do. It's currently free $99 to do just that. Let's go ahead. Go back to the color mixer. Here we go. And we're going to lower this just a hair. Cool. There we go. That's good. Let's lower the shadow by 4 to 40. Boom. That's nice. Down for that. And then we will previous on that. Let's just lower the exposure here. Cool. Let me do the same there. So if I'm going to do something like exposure to one, I'll do it to both. Because clearly it's the same model. You don't want it to look that off. All right, this is pretty good. So you can see when I'm using the rule of thirds that doing so using the viewfinder really helps to nail the shot as close as possible. And then boom, look at that small adjustment basically is all I really need. And then boom, I have a nice photo. Let's lower this. And there we go. So let's come down some. Let's go like that. Boom, bada bang. Yeah, really nice. Can't complain. Next one. Cannot complain. I guess I could, but you wouldn't care and no one's listening. There you go. They said 20% of the people don't care and 80% of the people glad it's you. Shout out to Les Brown. That's what he said when he talked about complaining. Suck it up, buttercup. Life's tough. All right, let's go right here. Press previous. Cool. Shout out to him. He's an Army. A Navy vet. Excuse me. Here you go. Out here. Served our country 3 years. Here we go. And then we're going to go. Boom, boom, boom. Awesome. Doing this thing. You know, if you got a passion for something, no matter what, just go ahead and do it. There's a lot of other weirdos who like the same weird stuff you like. So get with them, you know, screw everybody else is what I say. I feel most natural in these environments just because we're all striving, pushing, working, and walking in the same direction. It's like, you know, we say birds of a feather flock together. So that's why I like going to WPPI and being around other photographers. You know, sometimes I pick up new tricks, sure, but I like the camaraderie. I like the nerd con aspect of it, you know, where we all could talk the same talk and we say, ooh, F point something my brother versus this F point. Like it's our language, and I dig that, you know. Find what do you call it? It's like you're finding your own kin, you know. In photography, I think is very important for that because I've learned so much just being around others and being inspired by others that you couldn't learn just being by yourself. And photography is not a selfish game. It always involves a subject of some kind, either be wildlife to the nature, and for sure in portrait photography. Here, let's go ahead and dim this. red down by 10. Whoops. Actually, that didn't come out bad, but still, like this one. There we go. Let's do there. And let me just fix the, cool. Let me just get a little bit more centered. There we go. Cool. Let me just lower this a bit. Bam. Nice. Look at that. Let me just double check his other one. Let me lower that too. Cool. So there you go. You guys are seeing how the sauce is made. Putting all this stuff together. Is that I like shooting these shows, but sometimes I like I did so for the runway itself, I took 877 photos, right? But like the whole show might have been 2,000. I don't know what I did. I think on the second day I was a lot more conservative for sure. I just didn't want to deal with it. But the first day, man, I shot like shoo-wee. You know, it's a lot. This is on a Sunday. So I wanted to kind of take it easy and, you know, actually I like this crop, so I'm going to keep it. That's cool. And now look at this one. There you go. Sometimes because in this show, we all had to bring our own lighting. And sometimes the other photographers' flash at the same time as yours. Happens all the time. And this, I think, might have been the case. Let me do a subject mask and then lower the highlight. There we go. That's better. Cool. Same thing here. Let me just press previous. Not bad. Let me just bump up the exposure there. Wait. Go back. What the heck was I thinking? Fix this crop. There we go. Like that, I think. This is cool. Lower the exposure for sure. Crop. Kiki, crop. Come on, crop. That's cool. Subject. Lower the highlights on this one for sure. Here we go. Cool. And then press previous. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. See? Composition is pretty solid there. No complaints. And then next. And then we are at the final walk. Again, as I said, at the end of each collection, I always shoot the final walk horizontal so that as I'm organizing, I know when that collection ends and the next one begins. Here we go. Let's just lower this a hair. Lower the shadow a bit. Boom, bada bang, baby. And then here's the designer. I always try to get the photo of the designer every time. Sometimes they don't walk the final walk. In this case, he did. Look at that. Bam. Lowered the shadow. Cool. Wait. Actually, let me bring it back up and let me lower the exposure just a hair. Cool. Now, whoops. Let me see. Lower this shadow. That's cool. That's cool. Nice. And now I will remove this on the bottom. You see that? Boom. And I don't know, put it over here or something. There we go. No one will notice. Whoop. Cool. All right. So that is the first, I guess. How many designers did I do? I think I did 3. Let's see over here. Let's go back. All right. We got a oh shoot. Looks like my YouTube. Oh my God. Did it just bump me off my own share screen? The hell is up with that? There we go. Hey, I'm not sure if when it bumped me off of my screen here. This is for sure annoying. For those that don't know, I've been editing this entire time. And no, I didn't want you to just hear me. I want you to see me edit. So I'm not sure what StreamYard did, but it was this whole hey Derek, thanks a lot. Oh, you're editing on your new MacBook. Shout out to you. Um, that's amazing, man. Yeah, I'm about to go over there on Monday. I think will be my day for sure. I need this new thing because it's sitting here killing me right now. I'm not sure why, but I think StreamYard kicked off my um it stopped screen sharing my Lightroom for a minute. I'm not sure how long that happened, but that was super annoying. Let me go through real quick and show you what I was able to get. Oh, wait, before I do, let me see these comments. Watching from South Africa. Wow. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Definitely appreciate the South Africans. I would love to visit, to tell you the truth. And we have Jason up in here. Find your style, go with it. But I agree, adjusting to ambient light with flash and fashion shows can be tricky as long as you find your sweet spot. Absolutely. You're so right. And thank you very much. I really appreciate the birthday wishes. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. Okay. So let me show you what I did shoot. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay. There we go. All right. So you see right there. And then let's go through here. Again, as I said, I always use a horizontal photo to mark the end of that collection. Okay. And then all these are the photos that I took. Let me go to library. I notice it changes faster, but you see how it's starting to slow up on me already. It's starting to slow up on me already. Here we go. Cross your, what is it? Ask the Lightroom Adobe gods to stop messing up my Lightroom over here. Okay, so here we go. Again, you can see I always try to keep them in the center best as possible when I'm going through these. And I shoot at least, well, I don't shoot. I try to edit at least two poses or two movements of the model, one coming down the runway and one at the end, or two at the end, whatever the case may be. Whatever works best in the photo. Okay. And on your style, on your whatever. So these are already edited using the Nikon Z8 and the Nikon Z 24 to 120 millimeter f4 lens. What? Oh, yeah. That's right. That's what I did right there. Really nice. And you see, ultimately, I adjusted for contrast, exposure, and skin tone. You don't want it to look too crazy. Minor adjustments, but ultimately I zip right through three collections pretty easily. Okay. Pretty easily with minor adjustments. Here we go. And I just used this night. Look, if you have a 24 to 120 millimeter lens, which is pretty affordable for, most folks out there, you're going to be able to shoot a runway show. I'm proving it to you now. You don't have to wait till you get a 70 to 200 f2.8. Now I do have that, and I did shoot it the first show, but on today, on Sunday, the second show, I ended up using this lens because it's lighter, and for me to shoot backstage or anything else, it was nice to have one lens to kind of rule them all, and it's compact, and it worked well. It worked well. This whole show may have been like an hour plus. So the lens weight does like add up after a while. An ounce is a pound is what they say. Okay. So these were all all those photos. I still have a bunch to go through. Let me just Come right over. Where am I at? All right, I just went too far. Let's get to the beginning. There we go. So that's the end of this collection. I'm gonna start editing the rest once this thing decides to stop spinning on me. Awesome. There we go. Okay, let's see here. All right. So with all that said, I did want to just show you some of my editing techniques. I'm not sure when StreamYard dropped my screen share for Lightroom, but I pray that there was any information that helped you all out in any sort of way. Again, I'm using Adobe Lightroom. I shot all the images using the Nikon Z8 with the Z24 to 120 millimeter f4 lens. The lighting I used on the runway was the GODOX AD200. So that's a great flash. It's super small, compact, shoots high speed sync, which I did during the shoot at speed 320th of a second. What else is there? Composition is king. I would use the rule of thirds grid on my viewfinder so that you're pretty much nailing the model's dead center of your photo, and shoot a little bit wider. If you're not sure, shoot wider, because then it's going to allow you to resize and repurpose your photos depending on your use case, right? So if you're shooting, if it's for Instagram, that's a 4x5 for their portraits. If you're shooting just for Facebook or something, then fine, a 2x3 could work. And if you're doing a print, then they may do a 10.5 by 11, that sort of stuff. So you want to leave some space for you to be able to repurpose those photos. All right. I know it's just about an hour. I know it's a quick hour, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I do when I'm editing these photos. So, of course, you want to make sure you want to yes, you want to make sure that you go ahead and follow me on all the socials if and when possible. You can find the links to all my socials down in the description section down below. Go ahead and check it out. Yes, please do. Remember, next week, next Thursday, for Let's Talk Photography podcast, I will be going live with award-winning photographer Joe Edelman. That's right. He's going to be in the house. Yes, I can't wait. And then the week after, November 7th, I have portrait photographer, studio portrait photographer extraordinaire, John Grease. That's right. So you definitely want to tune in for another episode of Let's Talk Photography. That will be next Thursday and the following Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay. So you don't want to miss out on any of that. This Monday, I plan on going live again during a photo shoot in San Francisco with a new model. That's right. I'm shooting a new model and I'm going to bring it to all of you. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notifications for upcoming content. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you want more of this kind of content, of showing you how I edit particular kind of photos, definitely let me know. Post them in the comment section for me. With all that said, you already know I am your host. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet lag here. It looks crazy. I'm not sure if it froze. Boy, I look crazy on there. Could be this Mac that I need to replace. Yes, it definitely could be. I'm about done with this Mac, and I need this new MacBook Pro. Just like my buddy Derek just got his, I need to go get mine because it looks crazy right now. Yeah, I have the little pinwheel going. It's madness. Complete madness. Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Yo, my screen is frozen. I'm not sure if you can see me, but I look like the screen, the image it froze on looks like I'm Nutty Professor, like I'm high as heck right here. Jeez, they couldn't freeze on a different frame. What's going on with that? My computer is totally locked up right now. Can you believe that? This is atrocious. And I think it's because of the Lightroom. I told you the Lightroom, for some reason, has been freezing up my computer. Jesus. Let me see if it is. Oh, surprisingly. Yeah, it's starting to slow it down. Starting to slow it down. Let me see if I can turn this Lightroom off. That's going to help me out. Turning everything else off. There we go. We have to force quit this bad boy, because this is no bueno. No bueno. There we go. Yep. See, it's not application not responding. And when that happens with Lightroom, it just absolutely freezes and locks up my computer. It's the most annoying thing in the world. It's ironic because it doesn't happen on any other computer except this one. So there we go. Look at that. I'm free. I think. I'm free. Oh my God. You seen it live, folks. I tell you, live is a special situation. Live is a special situation. You never know what you're going to get. It's like Forrest Gump out here. What do they call IRL? It's like in real life, the photographer's life. You're seeing it. This is what I deal with. If you're wondering how my life is when I'm not shooting and posting and whatnot, it's this. This is it right here, in full effect. I'm back, Derek. I'm back. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate everything. As I said earlier, please go ahead and follow me on all the socials. Thank you for everybody for taxing the computer a little. Exactly. That's what it is, but it shouldn't be. And that's why I'm about to get this new one. You know what? I'm so tired of this issue happening, not during my live streams. No. Anyway. All right, everybody. So with all that said, thank you so much. You already know, Robert Silver here. Until next time, keep shooting, stay creative. Thank you for watching.
Join me every Thursday on YouTube for another live show of Let's Talk Photography. We cover the latest news, interviews with today's industry leaders, tips, tricks, lighting, cameras, and the business of photography. My weekly live stream is all about crowd participation. You're encouraged to ask questions, talk about the cool camera gear you've got or the camera gear you want to get. Hell, you could just join our open panel discussion during our Q&A portion of the show. The cost of access to Let's Talk Photography is very, very low. For today only, I'm hosting a very low price of $3.99 to subscribe and press that bell icon to get notifications of my upcoming live streams. Now let's get back to the show.